All right, it's March 20th, 2025, here at Robins Air Force Base, Museum of Aviation in central Georgia. And this is a C-47 from World War II that the museum brought down from Alaska. I tried to post some pictures of the aircraft in Alaska when it was sitting in Wasilla at a park at the airport. What you see now is the airplane after going through the depaint process on the base. So it's interesting. You can see on the side that it has some New York Air National Guard markings on the above the windows there. A couple places where the stars and bars were there for the flag. We'll walk around it a little bit. Hope there's not too much wind noise today. I'm trying to use my other microphone so it's a little bit louder. Anyway, here it is. This is the next restoration project, the big one for the museum. You can see this panel here where it says kind of US on it. That appears to be a panel that was installed to prevent ice from denting the side of the fuselage when the propeller threw the ice off and de-icing. They probably put on when it was up in Alaska in a place where it would see a lot of icing. We'll go inside it here in a minute. I'm just going to give you a little view of it as we walk around. Looks like, I don't know if it's modified or it's the way all these C-47s were, but it's got some de-icing tubes up there for de-icing fluid. No windshield wipers though, but definitely de-icing fluid. It looks like it had a bird strike at one point down here on the nose. Again, we're back to U.S. Air Force. Up here on this side above the window, it's very hard to read. It says Alaska Air National Guard. But this is the airplane, and really it looks pretty good overall for how old it is. The exciting thing about this particular airplane is it is a combat veteran of not only the D-Day invasion on June 6, 1944, but also Operation Market Garden, the jump into Holland, and also Operation Varsity, the airdrop, the last big airdrop that was across the Rhine. So it was in 3 major operations. It carried, I believe, the 82nd Airborne Troopers for D-Day on June 6th. Here you can see the parachute exit door, which they've kept all these years. See para exit release up there, para release exit. And anyway, we'll go inside and take a look. Well, we're in the back, the very back of the aircraft looking forward. You can see some of the wing fairings and things are still here in the airplane from when it was transported by C-5 from Alaska, Elmendorf Air Force Base down here to Robins. Robins is the depot for the C-5, so there are a lot of C-5 aircraft and C-17s and such that come in and out of Robins. You can see that it has insulation. This probably would not have been on the aircraft in World War II, this fabric insulation. Over here, believe it or not, I can get a shot of it, is the jump signal. It even says jump signal here. So that's the old jump signal. I don't know if it's original or I doubt it because it's all wood. We'll have to research that, but it still has it. This, I guess, was used in some cargo operations up in Alaska for a while. But let's walk forward and see what we can see. See the floor is not in too bad a shape. Of course, all the benches are missing, you know, that the paratroopers would have sat on, because this was a cargo operation. We'll go up here into the flight deck. This area, and I know it's hard to see, is the navigator station, so it still has its navigator station. Still has radio racks over here, original, I believe. And here was some kind of space heater. It's got a heating system control, talks about. That's missing. You can see the heater system control. Probably the heater exit up there. Some original light fixtures. But these are the radio racks. This is the hydraulic compartment. There's definitely some equipment missing here. I don't know if it's exactly what. Accumulator or something, I don't know. We'll have to investigate that, but you can see it still has its hydraulic reservoir. Here's another emergency exit. Circuit breakers and other assorted things in here. I'm not a real expert on the C-47, but you can see it's a little rough up here in the cockpit. There are some things still here, but a lot of things missing. Sorry about that. I tried to... There's a little escape hatch up here. That's what that escape panel release is here, these handles. You can see it has one kind of a control yoke there, and the other one kind of missing just the bottom half of it, but it still has its rotor pedals, its throttle quadrant. Of course, there's a lot of things missing. Still got the seats, fire extinguisher, hydraulic hand pump. Man, yeah, what an airplane. So this is the project. The next big one after the B-17 will be a similar type project. I'll show you some more of the components of the this aircraft here in a sec. Now, I don't know whether this was an add-on or real, but they put a lavatory. There is a lavatory back here with a place for a porta potty, and here's a urinal on the door with a hose. Probably went outside, of course. A toilet paper dispenser. And then back in here, I'm not sure what all went back in here, but you can see the tail. Some of the flight control cables are still here. Undoubtedly some de-icing pneumatic lines coming back here for the vertical and horizontal stabilizers. Anyway, and the lavatory even has an old-fashioned sink, like a borax dispenser. That's pretty wild. Well, this is more of the C-47. This is the center wing section. It's up and all depainted. You can see the two engine pylons, or nacelles there. A little look inside the wing. The red pneumatic lines for de-icers. Some of the exhaust system. Landing gear, this orange thing down here, that orange and silver is one of the ailerons, kind of beat up. But anyway, get a good look at things. Some of what they had to do to get the airplane apart after all these years. A lot of hydraulic lines, pneumatic lines, fuel lines. There's the other right-hand firewall. And then if you look back here, you see the part of the wings. Left and right-hand wings, all depainted, sitting outdoors. And in front of them there is the horizontal stabilizer. We'll go take a look at this. So it's been all depainted here at the base, and of course I've got really no place to put it all indoors right now, but you can see it's all here, left and right hand. The wingtips and all are in the World War II building, as is the vertical stabilizer, the rudder, the other flap. I may end up having to recover these, or not aileron rather, I'm sorry, the other aileron. I may be recovering the ailerons because the fabric is shot.